Hello and welcome to our webinar today. I'm going to be talking about enzymes and how they work and also how they support your natural healthy daily detox process. So let's first talk about what is an enzyme. An enzyme is a protein that speeds up cellular metabolism. Enzymes reduce the amount of energy needed to activate chemical reactions between biomolecules like your cells. They help reactions to happen up to 1,000,000 times faster than otherwise possible. Without enzymes, life on Earth would be happening at the speed of a crystal growing. So you can see that for the life as we know it, enzymes are absolutely essential. In all cases, enzymes facilitate reactions without themselves becoming altered. So there's no toxic byproduct or any byproduct that happens when an enzyme is working. It's kind of like life magic. And in fact, when science talks about going out and looking for signs of life, one thing they are looking for are signs of enzymes. Each enzyme will have a specific single action and reaction. But this single action can have many different health consequences, both good and potentially negative for you. So this is a little graphic on the mechanism of enzyme activity. On the left, you have the substrate or whatever the molecule the enzyme is working on. And then the enzyme itself looks like a little key, a three-dimensional cellular key. Well, a three-dimensional molecular key that fits into that substrate. That substrate could be food you're digesting. It could be neurochemicals that your body needs to move or change. It could be almost anything. That enzyme fits on that substrate just like a key in a lock and breaks it into pieces, and the byproducts are then available for the body to reuse. So enzymes are the basis of many different biological activities. And in fact, many genetic diseases are there because the DNA has not coded for or correctly coded for a specific enzyme. These types of diseases include cystic fibrosis and many musculoskeletal diseases. So your DNA can decide if you're going to produce the right enzymes or not. And that can be a real issue that we have a difficult time handling. And if you know you have that as an issue, you can begin to use enzymes and see if you can moderate the effect that your genetic issue is having on your life. Some important facts about enzymes. Enzymes do not have an unlimited lifespan. So while your body can create them and they can be reused more than once, eventually they break down or are just disabled. Enzyme production and activity slows as we age, and in fact is really indicated as a part of the aging process is a lack of enzymes in your body. Enzymes are heat sensitive, so they are based on temperature. They have a fairly narrow temperature range that they are active in. Other enzyme inhibitors include improper pH. So for example, if you are a little too acidic or a little too alkaline, your body will not be able to have correct enzyme activity. And this is particularly important for people who may have acidic reactions going on in their body. It's a little bit more rare to have over alkaline reactions in the body for humans. And there are enzyme resistant coatings, and this is specific mostly to foods, but unsprouted seeds and grains have a coating that actually resists the action of enzymes. It's one reason why people can get sensitivities to seeds and grains. It's another reason why people also have a more difficult time digesting seeds and grains. So adding digestive enzymes that are meant to break down those coats can help. Even more helpful is to soak and sprout the grains to break down that resistant coating, and then the digestibility of those goes way up. Most importantly, however, enzymes are made of amino acids, and in order to be active, they require other cofactors, including minerals and or vitamins. And so really the biggest reason people don't have great enzyme activity, in my opinion, outside of aging, tends to be a lack of micronutrients in their diet. So there's two main categories of supplemental human enzymes. And then you'll see on the left, there's three types of enzymes listed, but there's only two that I really recommend as supplemental for humans. There are digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes, we have them innately in our body. They're created in our saliva, our stomach, our pancreas, and some other digestive support organs. They are found in raw, live, and fermented foods. And then they can be grown on a fungal medium as a fermentation byproduct and then carefully dried for human use as a supplement. Metabolic enzymes, we have them, of course, for metabolism. They're created also in our salivary glands, our liver, and then also other metabolic control organs. In particular, the pancreas is a big one. Some food-based digestive and/or proteolytic enzymes will offer metabolic detoxification and systemic support when you use them orally. So you can take enzymes and supplement with digestive enzymes or proteolytic enzymes to get metabolic benefits. Now, you can use metabolic enzymes as a supplemental enzyme. I don't recommend that. Metabolic enzymes, when you take them as a supplement, they are sourced from animals. Animal organs, sheep, cow, and pig are the main three. And the quality of that animal's health can be really suspect. There is not a lot of quality control around that particular thing. The process of dehydrating the organ, washing out the enzymes and separating them out, that can involve processes that I don't know are particularly beneficial for humans. Certainly not beneficial, for the animals being grown to harvest these organs. So it's not something I recommend. Also, they just work in a very narrow pH range, so they're not as effective as they might be. We will create enough metabolic enzymes if we have the raw materials and vitality to do so, outside of genetic diseases, of course. And then I do recommend supplementing with digestive enzymes or food enzymes. These get mixed together. Food enzymes are really more found in foods that you eat, the fresh raw foods, and the live fermented foods are going to contain food enzymes that will benefit your body. Digestive enzymes in the body, again, come from your stomach and your other organs, but you can grow these food enzymes and they help your digestion. So digestive enzyme, food enzymes, that gets a little tricky as far as nomenclature or how people talk about them. But when I talk about supplementation, I am talking about food-based digestive enzymes that are grown on a fungal medium as a fermentation byproduct. They are pure and they're extremely effective. So digestive enzymes, each type of food or digestive enzyme works specifically on one type of food. So proteases will break down different kinds of proteins. Amylases will break down carbohydrates. Lipases will break down fats. And there's many types of amylases, lipases, and proteases that break down different kinds of these main food groups. And then there's several other enzymes which digest specific foods like lactase for milk sugar, cellulase for cellulose. So there's a lot of different types of digestive enzymes that you can find in good broad spectrum formulations and supplements you might buy. High enzyme foods you can add to your diet: lemon and lime, really any fresh raw fruit, but lemon and lime is very alkaline and that tends to help your enzymes to work more effectively. Enzymes like a slightly alkaline pH. Papaya is phenomenal. Papain is a proteolytic enzyme found in papaya, especially papaya seeds. Pineapple is phenomenal for helping to break down proteins with its protease bromelain. Aloe vera, cucumbers, garlic is a rich food. It's more of a support than an enzyme. I wouldn't call it a high enzyme food, but it offers high enzyme support because of its micronutrients. Ginger root sprouts are extremely high in enzymes when they're fresh. Spirulina or AFA wild algae, wheatgrass juice that's freshly made is very high in enzymes. Coconut, again, that's more of a support. But apple cider vinegar, if it's raw and unpasteurized and contains the mother, then that is going to be rich in enzymes for you. Systemic use of enzymes, also called enzyme therapy. This is a well-known therapy used in many countries, including Japan, Germany, and China. It generally refers to the process of taking doses of enzymes, which are usually very high in proteases, several times a day on an empty stomach. When you do that with the right kind of enzyme, they will enter your circulatory system from the gut, where they can affect and benefit many different organs and body systems. And this is where enzymes really begin to affect and benefit your detox systems. The systemic use of enzymes is also used to refer to medical treatments, where there are specific enzyme replacements that are being used to treat genetic diseases. And this is a little schematic that shows some of the things that proteases can do. And some of this I'm not going to worry about getting into, but I wanted to highlight a few things that are direct to supporting our detox systems. Microbial invasion. They help break down the mucus cleavage, which helps your immune system to work better. And that is a detox process. It's involved with immune function, but it's also involved with detoxification. Apoptosis or anorexia. This is where proteases can help resolve some of the inflammatory issues that come along when you have a leaky barrier in your epithelial cells. Again, this is part of a detox process because your epithelial cells are they're your only line of cells against outside invaders, because epithelial cells not only are in your skin, they're also in your gut. Inflammatory mediator processing. This is where proteases help to break down cytokines and chemokines and integrins and selectins that are associated with chronic inflammation, which is an inappropriate immune response. And when you have inappropriate immune function, your detox systems can get very clouded and murky because your systems really rely on a healthy immune system. Gut detoxification. So proteolytic enzymes help destroy the protein coats of harmful organisms in the gastrointestinal tract. Also, by eliminating incompletely digested food particles, the immune system no longer has to continue to initiate a strong immune response to hunt down and destroy irritant-like food compounds that make it into your blood. This allows your immune system to rest and return to a more efficient and effective vigilance of your entire body. So using proteases for more rapid cleansing of waste products helps your body eliminate inflammation and infection sites more effectively. And when your immune system is working more effectively, that means you actually have less waste products to deal with on an ongoing basis. With protease detoxification, more efficient digestion of food means a healthier GI tract with improved mineral and other micronutrient absorption. And minerals and other micronutrients are absolutely essential for your daily detoxification process to occur in the right manner. So proteases affect gut detoxification in several different ways. They work on food particles, they work on harmful organisms we may get when we eat, they work on reducing incorrect immune responses and removing the reason for incorrect immune responses, and all of these sum up to a more effective detoxification process for our entire body. Blood detoxification. So the body can also use protease enzymes to help keep your blood clean. When you eat these enzymes on an empty stomach, they will go through your gut barrier into your circulatory system. Using protease enzymes has been shown to reduce blood glucose and blood triglyceride levels. Now, this is important because ongoing blood glucose will bind to proteins, like the protein found in your red blood cells, for example. And this leads to very toxic molecules called AGEs, and your detoxification system will need to remove those as they develop. So by modulating and keeping a healthy blood glucose and blood triglyceride level, you reduce these molecules of aging that your detoxification system can get stuck in trying to handle, instead of its more basic and really important job of the byproducts of metabolism that need to be removed, the byproducts of digestion that need to be removed. Research has also noted the increased presence of proteases at the sites of plaque buildup in arteries in animal models. So basically, proteases clean up fibrin and arterial plaque. They can also help clear the blood of oxidized LDL cholesterol. This is cholesterol that is damaged by free radicals. Glycated proteins, and that is what I was talking about when I was talking about blood glucose that was too high. Glycated proteins like hemoglobin are transformed by blood sugar into very toxic molecules that your system has to remove to stay healthy. Proteases can help break down infectious germs like viruses and bacteria because they secrete proteins that harm our body via the vascular system. And when proteases can break down those proteins, those viruses and bacteria are less effective at disrupting the rest of our body. And when they're less effective at disrupting our body, our immune system is more effective at finding and destroying them early on. And then proteases can also help repair or remove damaged tissues that are caused by environmental pollutants. The functions of systemic enzymes. This is some of the science shows that they are naturally anti-inflammatory. And again, this is super important, especially with chronic inflammation, which is an incorrect immune response that can clog up your detoxification processes. Anti-fibrosis, they help break down the stiffening of cells, the creation of fibrin in your circulatory system. Blood cleansing, immune system modulating, virus fighting, and metabolic regulation. So some specific science around enzymes and detox. So proteolytic enzymes help break down the proteins of germs, bacteria, and viruses to defeat and remove them from the body. They also break down allergens. Researchers have also observed that they disable and remove malfunctioning cells which may prompt tumor growth. This is from Proteolytic Enzyme Therapy and Evidence-Based Complementary Oncology, Fact or Fiction, the Integrated Cancer, the Journal of Integrative Cancer Therapies. So this is from a review of different studies done on proteolytic enzymes. When to avoid enzyme supplementations, there are times you should not take therapeutic levels of proteases. Anytime you have a contraindication with medication, so you want to make sure you're not taking a protease enzyme at the same time as a medication that would be affected by that activity. At the same time as antibiotics, taking it with blood thinners. Now, this is an interesting conundrum. One of the things that can happen when you use proteolytic enzymes therapeutically is that it will naturally thin your blood because it's removing damaged fats, it's removing protein particles. That tends to reduce the amount of fibrin in your blood and plaque in your arteries, which naturally thins your blood. That's a healthy thing. If you're on blood thinners, it can make your blood too thin. So you need to decide, you and your doctor, if you want to make a go at getting off of blood thinners if that's your desire, or just understand that you need to be very careful and perhaps not do proteolytic therapy if you're on a blood thinner. If you're having surgery in less than 2 weeks or within a week after surgery, again, it thins your blood naturally, but that's something that's not necessarily good when you're getting ready for a surgery. And then if you have allergies to pineapples and papayas, you can't use proteolytic enzymes that contain those enzymes from pineapples and papayas. And most proteolytic formulations are going to contain both of those. One, because they're not that expensive, and two, they are very effective as anti-inflammatory enzymes. Perhaps the most important of all, when you're purchasing any supplement or food, quality control. It's really important to make sure the product you're using is what it says it is, contains what it says it's going to, and does not have toxins or contaminants. The gold standard of safety is GMP registration for the manufacturing facility. This means you're guaranteed a safe, pure product with no contaminants or toxins, and that what it says it has on the label is what will be in the bottle. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.